cleaned up pretty good for as long as it's been sitting. Not bad, huh?
Yep. What do you want now?
Up by the garage.
I'll cut this off.
Okay. He's just bringing it up on this because we have to air up the tires and we got to get a new battery and I think an oil filter before we even try to start it and put new gas in it. So I'm just going to do a little bit of further detailing here. Like this metal here, I'm going to put some cleaner on that, see if I can get that to look a little bit better.
Alright, so this is our 003 Honda 250EX. This thing we bought it brand new. It's been in storage for the last somewhere between 8 and 9 years and not been started. So we got it out, brought it over, and we started cleaning it up. Got all the mouse nests out of it, that kind of stuff. But we're going to go through and get it, see if it will start or what we got to do to get it running, if it'll run. Obviously we don't use it. My kids rode it for a while and then you know, they got older and all that stuff and it got put in storage and just kind of forgot about. So first thing we're going to do is drain the gas out. I want to show you this air filter. A mouse that got in here and completely ate all the foam around the air filter, so we're gonna have to get a new air filter. We'll end up changing oil, but I'm not gonna do that till after we have it running. Let's see if it'll run. Let's see if we got oil in it. Been a long time, but it seems to me I just changed the oil right before we put it in storage. Yeah, it's still full. Doesn't seem like there's any water in there. This will be the fun part. Let's see what the gas smells like. It's got gas. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. Okay, so we're gonna have to get that out of there. So we're gonna take the fuel line off. I may have to disassemble this to do it, so I can get that fuel tank. I think it'd be best if I take the fuel tank out so I can shake it around and get all the crap out. So see how much plastic that's going to take to remove to do it. Doesn't look too bad. Let's see. So I'm taking a good bit of this plastic off, and they got these push pins. If you guys never seen one of these, this is a trim tool. Just kind of fork on it. You can get underneath there. Of course, I gotta do this one-handed with my wrong hand. What's wrong with me? Let me switch hands. Get underneath there with one edge of it. Yeah, right. Anyways, you get underneath it and just pop it out like that. I like to pull the whole thing out just so I can put it with the rest of them so I don't lose them. We're going to be taking most of this plastic off so we can re-clean this, because all that dirt that's in there. We're going to take the front off. We'll take it down to the pressure washer and clean everything off the best we can. Clean the inside of the plastic too. That way when we sell it, it's as clean as it can be. So I got two over here. There's a lot of these holding this on, and there's very few screws that hold the plastic on. I think there's just a couple up here in the front on either side. So let me get it off. These are the special screws that hold that plastic on without crushing it, and two of them are missing. Must have vibrated out and come loose or something. so we'll have to get 2 more of them. I took that clamp loose from the carburetor. We're going to take this air box out now. Get this out of here, get it cleaned up. There's some water and crud down in there, probably from pressure washing. This shows up a little better. Out here you can see all that crud down in there. That's why I didn't want to start it until we cleaned it all up good. Take this selector valve knob loose because it comes through this plastic that this tank kind of sits down in. So it has to come off before the tank can come out. Alright, so our fuel line comes off of here and comes down here to the carburetor. I think what I'm going to do is take it loose right here to make it easier because I want to clean that line out as well. You might be able to see some of the crud down in there. So we're going to hose that out good. Just wash some rocks. Not too big. Shouldn't break that stem off. Should be alright. Now I'll shake it around a good bit, turn it upside down, get all the crud out of it. So that was what was inside that tube. It was in pretty bad shape, that screen. I barely touched it and it came apart. I don't want that crap going in the carburetor, so we'll see what we got to do about getting a new screen or valve, whichever way it comes. See, there's something down in there. I don't know if it's supposed to be or not, but we're going to dig it out of there and see. I clean this up. Hey, looky there. There's a hole. And now I can get brake parts cleaner through it. I can blow through it pretty good now. Alright, got that little tray out that gas tank sits in. Now I want to take this rubber flap out of here so it can get cleaned up. And when I get to the carburetor, it's just a zip tie. Just reach in there and release it. And they just come loose like that. Same thing on this side. Spin it around. Right there. There you go. Now that can be cleaned up. So next we're on the carburetor. We'll take it apart. The slide move, you can hear it. The choke cable moves, but it's not doing anything. So we're gonna have to get that freed up. Alright, stripped down about as far as I want to go. So now I'm gonna take it down and I'm gonna get a glove and cover up the entrance to the carburetor. I got the choke working just fine. And I blew some brake parts cleaner, carb cleaner through the fuel inlet and out the vent, and it looks to be pretty clear. So I want to plug that off, and then we're going to pressure wash the rest of this, get the rest of this cleaned up, and go from there. Alright, all pressure washed now. So it is time to get a parts list of what we need. So I'm going to work on that and see what I can find. We'll go from there. Alright, so I ran out to the Honda dealer and I picked up a bunch of screws and bolts I needed, some push pins, a screen, a new air filter. I was going to get a new battery there, but they wanted 88 bucks for it. And I found it online for 39 something. So I just going to go ahead and order that. I pressure washed a lot of these pieces and my wife cleaned up some of them. She washed them, the ones I didn't pressure wash because they're too little, like them little straps that hold the tank down the rear, and that flap and some of the other stuff. So now we are ready to go back together. So I'm going to start putting this back together now. And I have to start with that. Alright, so here's the inside of the air filter. I take the old one out and then clean this one up some. So now we're going to put that on it and then put it in. Alright, all that back in with the flap back the way it goes, and all the lines are routed the way they should be. So now I need to address this. They did not have this in stock, and order it was 88 bucks. And I'm like, I don't think so. So I just got a new strainer for it. So now I'll put that on and put her in place. Fuel tank's back in, I'm gonna put the front fenders back on now. Get that up in there and I can start to trim. Alright, so I took the carburetor all apart. And I blew out I took the bowl off, cleaned the bowl out, cleaned every single passage out. Because I think there's a couple of them that were plugged. And it just wasn't working proper. So now I've got it all cleaned up. This is a little bit of staining here, it just won't come loose, so it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in. I had to take the air box back out and all that crap. That was a little fun. Make sure I put my slide back in the way it goes. It's cross-threaded. These are such fine little threads, you gotta be so careful. Anyways, might be easier if I put the nuts on the carburetor first. Or in. Make sure that works. Nope, it's in wrong. Alright, let me get this out. I'm gonna bolt this carburetor up first. Alright, carburetor's back on. Got my jump box on it. See if it'll fire. It wouldn't idle before.
Oh, okay. Not too cushiony?
Mobile.
Driving on two wheels. I used to love driving that little thing around, but I'd rather have a side by side now. Whoa, wet pavement.
But she came to life pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, look, you got it all dirty.
I'll have my detail lady take care of it. That's not going okay. It's all back together, so I'm going to stop there. All we got to do now is put a battery in it and she's ready to go. We got everything else handled. The spark plug seemed to come to life. I think we're okay. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Oh, I'm gonna change oil. I forgot about that. This thing doesn't have an oil filter. It just has an oil and an oil cooler. Here's an oil dipstick. Here's a cooler up here. So, being though the oil's kind of old, we're gonna change it. Even though, oh my God, it's still, look how clean it is. See it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even dirty.
Wow.
Okay. Alright, well that's it. I'm going to change the oil anyways just because it's only just a quart or two. It's not much. But we'll get our battery, shove it in, and it's on its way. We're done with this one. Adios. He's leaving. You bet. We'll see you. Well, my wife's garage is empty because the four-wheeler sold. First people to come and take a look at it bought it, and They purchased it for their 12-year-old daughter to ride. They have bigger four-wheelers and side-by-sides, so she's able to ride by herself. That's really cool. So we hope they enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments down below, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.